Hello everyone, this is Shirovi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is my booktube channel, The Caffeinated Reader. So today it isn't an introductory video nor is it a book review, but something I have longed to share with all the I have longed to share with the community of readers, be it in the intermediary stage or in the beginning stage or in the deeper levels. I thought that there were some things which I came across, which I felt that I have actually gained from the process of learning, and it have actually quite been insightful to me. So why not share with the people who might be going through some kind of trouble in the reading sector. So this is all about what I have learned or what I have understood in my journey of reading as a bibliophile, to be specific. So this is all about it. And yes, I have thought another thing. In this recent times specifically, we are going through a lot of negativity, be it because of the anxiety or stress or work issues and assignments and all that stuff. So I have decided from today onwards I will be sharing one quote per day, a positive message to all of you guys. And I am no Sadhguru, I am no Gaur Gopal Das, and I am no Jay Shetty, but I would honestly love that if one message we can follow each day, then it might be possible for us to remain a little bit more positive than we were yesterday. And if it continues, bit by bit accumulation will add up to being a more fruitful us, a more positive one us. So yes, stay tuned till the last to see which positive message I thought of giving you all today. So the first point in which I would like to draw your attention is that it's completely okay that if you are not into the deeper stuffs. By deeper stuffs here I mean that not into the classics of the plays of William Shakespeare or the classics of the classic writers like Oscar Wilde and all that. It's completely okay, like you can remember it in bold letters or italic letters or whatever you want, because the thing is that often we come across people, the bibliophiles, who are into the deeper stuffs like classics, poetry of the very great ages and all that, and we feel intimidated by the fact that we are not into that stuffs, we are not into that root level of literature, we cannot grasp the essence, because you might be in the intermediary stage or you might be in the beginning stage, and it's not possible to completely go into the interests of this deeper stuff in one day. And when you feel demotivated by the fact that you are not into the deeper stuff, you automatically feel that you as a reader is quite not satisfactory and quite not up to the level, and that automatically again reduces you to not read it, the interest reduces, and ultimately it shuts you off from the world of literature and books. So my point here is that it's completely okay if you are not into the deeper stuffs. Take one day at a time, take one book at a time, be it your intermediary stuffs or be it in the beginning level. If you are a person who loves reading Jennifer Nevin and all of them, and if you are like anyone in general, the writers whom you love, and if they have got to give you some message, then obviously it's completely okay to read them, because everyone has got a different taste in books. Not everyone is a dark academia person, again not everyone is a classics person, and not everyone is a poetry person. So the tastes differ, and for that reason we people also differ, and for that reason literature also differs. So it's completely okay in which position, what happened to my tongue today,
कुछ भी
in which position you are, because one day at a time and one book at a time actually matters, and your interest rising consistently, interest staying consistently is all that matters. So remember this point, it's okay to not be into the deeper stuffs now. Time awaits, time is there, and you can go into the deeper stuffs a little later. It might now be the time to enjoy the beginning stuffs. Obviously every book has got to give you something. Even till now we love children's book, and that's not childish or childlike. It's like, okay bro, it's okay, completely okay. So one day at a time and one book at a time, and it's okay in bold letters that you are not into the deeper stuffs. So the same point in which I would like to draw your attention is that in fact it's one of the most important, that it's Not necessary that English needs to be the medium in which you need to read literature or books or whatever it is. No, it's not, because the thing is that we tend to read English literature because of the fact that English is our official language, and for that reason the reading and understanding the subject matter of this language has reached to a level of great acceptance. But it's not like that. I have seen people who condemn others or who feel being condemned, both the cases, because the person who is reading and the person who is seeing the other one reading is not in the English literature, and that's completely absurd. It's not necessary that one needs to be a person to one needs to be a bibliophile just when he or she is a student or a person who loves English language. No, if I tell my personal case, my love for literature began with Bengali. I'm a Bengali girl, and since though I am a convent educated, my love for literature began with Bengali. So because from class 9-10 onwards we had an MIL paper, and from there the love for literature grew. So ironically, though I communicate in English and though now I read more of English literature, but the love for it grew from Bengali, and someday, as soon as possible, I want to return to Bengali literature, because the amount of wealth it holds is not measurable, and even not for being quantified or compared, because it's my mother tongue and it applies to everyone's mother tongue. If your mother tongue is Hindi, if your mother tongue is Manipuri, or if your mother tongue is any other language, then definitely you should dive into that, because the wealth the mother tongues hold is beyond imagination, because you have learned whatever you have learned in this. In most of the cases, you have understood other languages by interpreting it in your mother tongue, and so comparing it and not being able to read in English literature is very bogus thing and very absurd thing. And I completely support you if you are a person who loves Bengali literature, who loves Hindi literature, who loves Assamese, Bodo, Manipuri, or any other sort of literature, Bhojpuri, anything if there's so. Second thing which I want you all people to remember is that if you're not a English reader, or if you're not a reader who loves English language, it's okay. You need to know English for the very purpose of communication, and yes, English holds a quite good literature. It has got some very good things to offer to you, but then if your interest doesn't permit in that, then don't do it. It's not necessary that you need to be a student or a person who needs to love English literature. So yes, the second point you need to remember is that read literature, read books in which language you feel comfortable, in which language you find home, because home is not where you stay, home is where you find your soul is. Now the third point which I'd like to share with you all is probably the most unpopular or the most not acceptable one, but yes, I felt it, I went through it, I experienced it, and that's why I would definitely share with you, and that is hard copy paperback versus ebooks, audiobooks. Now I find a lot of people quite into the depth of reading, finding it quite not accepting thing that anyone reads in audiobook, or anyone listens to audiobooks, or anyone reads ebooks. It's completely okay, you know. If you're a person who loves hard copies and paperbacks, and you have the amount and the money and the time to make it happen for you to read it, then definitely you should go for this physical stuffs, because there is no substitute for it. The feel of the pages, the smell of the pages, the flips of the pages, this is beyond measure. Of course, that's completely accepted. I accept it 100%. But then again, there are people who love to read it, but then the books might be on the pricey end which they want to read it, and it may not be feasible for them at the right this moment, because most of the people who would be watching my video, or any booktuber's video, or any book in particular, would be mostly in the study level or in the jobs level, and every time it's not possible specifically for the students to get hold of the books which are on the pricey end. If it's like 1k 2k bucks for 1k 2k for one book, and it's completely not possible for many of the students or many of the people to get hold of that, and for that reason we have ebooks and audiobooks. Now I am a person who can't get into audiobooks, because I don't know, it's my personal problem that I don't get the feel in audiobooks. But then again, I think it in the logical terms. See, if we read it and if we hear it, both are sensory organs and both act as the organs which communicate with our senses, right? Be it in the eyes or be it in the ears. So if I'm reading it or if I'm hearing it, it both means the same. Now I understand the difference between reading and hearing, but then there again is the concept of being comfortable in what you are. If you are not being able to buy a hardback or paperback, then it's completely okay. You can read in ebooks. Ebooks are for that matter. Ebooks are for that reason that everybody can get access to the knowledge that a book offers. Everybody can understand, everybody can read the mind of the author which they want. And now if you're a person who is in the state of not being able to buy the hardcover or the paperback, then definitely you are a person to go for ebooks and audiobooks. Paperbacks will always await for you. You will understand if ebook is not your thing, you will not find the interest. I am a person who finds ebooks quite interesting because it's feasible, it's accessible by all, it's easy to carry, and it is all, you can store like thousands of books in one device, and that's completely mind-blowing. I love it, actually I love it a lot. But again, I'm a person who loves hardcovers also, paperbacks also, so it's like 50-50 for me. But then there are people for whom hardcover might be in the ratio of 70:30, hardcover in ebooks, and for them and for anyone it might be on the 100 on paperbacks and 100 on the ebooks. It's absolute. So it's okay if you are into the ebooks and it's okay if you're into the paperbacks. Judging someone on the basis of where they read and how they read, on which device they read and which mode they read, is not a thing to be quite measured, you know, because everybody has got their own stuffs and shits to deal with. And if you're a person who is not incapable of going into the hardcovers and paperbacks right now, maybe there is time when you will be able to do it all, and that time there is no holding you back because of the expense issues or because of the accessibility issues. It's there, paperbacks will be there. But right now, if you want to dive into reading and you are afraid of being judged for reading in the ebook format or audiobook format, don't give a damn, because people will judge you always, and that's the very nature of human beings. So just understand that it's okay, you are into the ebooks, read ebooks. Gaining knowledge is the most important, and yes, paperbacks will always wait for you. So the fourth point and the last point in my today's video, in my today's tips in the video is that, and it's the last point in today's video for the fact because there is never a last in learning, and it's the last point in my humble recommendations for today, is that you need not read books which your friends like or other people are reading. Like if your friends are interested in Shakespeare stuff, then it's okay for them, they love it. Now you just to join them and to get adjusted among them and to get acknowledged that you are a reader, or not to feel guilty as a reader, you need not join the Shakespeare club. You might be into the reading of Jennifer Neville, All the Bright Places, the writer of All the Bright Places. You might be into Haruki Murakami, you might be into readers of the recent era who are good writers, and that's completely okay. That's very normal and very okay. Now I see a lot of people trying to get adjusted in between the readers just without their own taste, without their own choice, just to get acknowledged as a reader, and that's very sad thing. You might not be into the Shakespeare stuff now, but you might be into the later years of your life. Like there is always a first time and a right time for everything. Messing up one of them at one particular time messes everything up. So always maintain that first time and the last time. Maybe Shakespeare is not for you now, maybe he is for you after 10 years later, 5 years later, 2 years later, 1 year later, or 1 month later. So it's that you need to read stuff which you get hurt in. Like I personally don't like Chetan Bhagat. Now it's going to trigger a lot of people. I personally don't like Chetan Bhagat because of the fact that I don't get literature and facts together in his writings. I don't know God why. Means there is no literature, there is spices, there is intimacy, there is everything, but no literature, there is nothing. I love two books of his, and that are those are The Two States and The Girl in Room 105. They were pretty good, and I love both of them. But other than that, I don't feel anything which you should actually get your heart in. Like you read The Huff Girlfriend. I'm not talking about the movie, but the story, the novel. I didn't particularly enjoy it because there were many other vulgar stuffs in it, and that's not probably what you call literature. But here comes the thing. if you love reading Chetan Bhagat, now do it. The thing is that I know personally that many of my friends who love reading now have got their reading habits just because they started at an early age reading Chetan Bhagat, and the process of reading have made them a better reader, and now they can differentiate between what is a reading good things and what is reading stuffs which I don't know what to say. So yes, you need to continue the process of reading, and ultimately you will be able to judge by yourself what is actually the thing you want to read. You might love him, that's okay, completely okay. It might not be a thing for other people, and if you are reading Chetan Bhagat now or similar writers like him, then it's okay. I am grateful to him for the very fact that he has made a lot of people come into the reading community or his likes. So yes, if you are loving him or writers like him, it's okay. You might love to read him now. Who knows that he might give you some insights into some aspect, maybe in a negative way. So read him. But you should not get demotivated by the fact that you are not reading writers who are greatly acknowledged. There is always a time to explore them. There is always a time to know them. And right now, what you need to do is that just read, feel your heart, feel the book as your companion, and that's the sole and the most important thing. So as promised in the beginning of the video that I will be giving you a positive message from today onwards, I mean from all the upcoming videos that will be coming. So yes, my positive message for today is that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts, by Winston Churchill. And I have chosen this message because it accounts in your reading habits too. If you have got success in reading one writer you have always aspired to read and you didn't get disappointed with his writing, it's your success. But if you have got disappointed with his writing, then it is a failure, and failures are not fatal. And it is the courage to continue that counts. So you have got the courage to explore the writer again or other writers again. It's that what counts in the long term, and it accounts in your academic aspect, it accounts in your passions aspect, it accounts in your family matters aspect, in every aspect. And I felt that would have been a good start for all the positive messages and for a new beginning. So yes, it's the positive message for today. So hope you liked my video, and I have been able to give you some positive vibes regarding books and reading habits which may help you in the long term or in the short term in reading. If I have been able to do so, I am honestly very grateful. If not, I will try next time to bring a more fruitful, more positive and more effective video for you which would actually help you in reading and discovering writers and not get disappointed. So if you have liked my video for today, if you have loved whatever I said, then do comment it in the comment box below, and do tell me what you didn't like, what you need to change. And yes, if you like it, do share it with your close ones, your friends, your family, and anybody you think you would need it. Subscribe to my channel because I post every week and you might be wanting to see more. And yes, that's all for the like, comment, share, subscribe, do everything that's necessary to make me grow and make my channel grow if you love me. So that was all for today. Have a nice day. Till the next time. Bye bye.